Hey, what up? Shiro Fujioka back again with another Hydrasynth video. This time I'm going to do a breakdown of my performance patching style. This patching style is influenced by how I approach performing on the modular synthesizer. So what I usually do is I set up a patch and I have different elements of that patch that I'll control. So basically what I'm going to do with the Hydrasynth is set up a patch, a sequence patch, which is going to be using the arpeggiator in latch mode so you can get that constant running style like you get when you're working on the modular. And then what I'll do is show you how I have different elements of this patch mapped to the different macros on the Hydrasynth, and we'll go through each one of those macros and what it does to the patch individually. And then what I'll do is just go through like how I would approach performing this patch in a live situation or for a recording for a synth composition. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're going to get started by engaging the sequence. And next, I'll go through what each of the macro controls are controlling on the patch. I'll give you a demonstration on what they're doing. But they're labeled things like this is labeled FM, but it's also doing some other stuff. You know, like I could do a whole tutorial video on like the nested patches that are within these macro controls. But for right now, just keep it on the surface and go through control by control on what they're doing. Some of them are subtle, some of them are a little more extreme. So I'll shut up now. See, for instance, this control is pretty subtle, like you can't really tell what it's doing because these patches, these macros are so nested that this one kind of works more in tandem with the other ones. So like basically how I like to set these up is like when you do different combination of these macros, you can like really carve a totally different sounding patch. So after I go through each one of these, I'll show you how I would approach performing with this style of patching and macro control layout. Alright, now we're going to dial in this last control called space, and we're going to move this patch out of this atmosphere, and I'm just going to kind of vibe out and improvise and see what happens. Hey, thanks for letting me get nerdy with this Hydrasynth and just kind of zone out and show you guys how I kind of dig in and like to patch this and use this as an instrument for expression, not just, you know, the average run-of-the-mill keyboard, because it is so not that. So yeah, if you want me to do more videos like this, getting deeper into patching and sound design, just let me know in the comments and I'll keep them coming. Thanks again for tuning in. Peace and love.